at you with another one. Today I'm gonna introduce y'all to somebody before we get started, and he gonna let y'all know what we gonna be talking about today. All right, check him out. Hey, he a little crazy.
That ought to add 200. Oh. Where'd you guys come from? Well, this is the mad scientist. And today I heard that old Papa Roach is talking about efficient. You know what the definition of efficient is? Achieving maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense. All right, now you're bothering me. Get out of here.
I know, right? Mayhem's lair today, as you can see. We out here with old Mayhem. Today we're gonna talk about efficiency. You know, about modding your cars. It's all about efficiency. You want to make your motor as efficient as possible. You know, it's nothing but just moving restriction. That's why we do the cold air. You see, I got the I don't know if y'all can see that. I got the CIA cold air induction intake on it. You know, remove the old stock one. You know, all you're doing is making it more efficient, man, so that it'll flow more air. That's all you want to do is flow more air. You know, we got the intercooler here. I mean, I got the added reservoir here, you know, to keep the supercharger cool. You know, the head's been ported. Supercharger's been ported. All that is doing is making the motor more efficient. You know, once you get to a level, you know, you can throw all the money you want at your motor. You know, if it's not efficient, it's not going to make the horsepower that you want to make. You know, that's all. When you're porting the heads and you're porting the supercharger, you're just removing restriction. It's just like putting your thumb over a water hose, you know, and spraying it, you know, or taking your thumb off and just letting the water flow out. The more the water flow, you're going to flow more water, you know, without your thumb over it. We put our thumb over it when we washing our cars. You want pressure, you know, but that don't equate to horsepower. Horsepower, you know, the motor ain't nothing but a big engine pump. You know, when you put your finger over the hose, you slowing down the flow, which making pressure. It was making the water come out harder, but it's just not flowing more water. You squeeze the finger over the hose like that, or you just let the hose sit in the bucket and see which way it'll fill the bucket up faster, because you're slowing the flow down because you added restriction. You know, that's like on a motor that's inefficient. You can take the same motor. Without this exact same motor that I have here, if it doesn't have the ported heads or the ported supercharger, and you can have the same pulley combo that I have here, and say you're making 15 pounds of boost. Let's throw that number out there. 15 pounds of boost. You're making 15 pounds of boost on that motor with with all those restrictions. You don't have headers, because whatever you put in, remember, you got to get out. So if you take that same 15 pounds of boost, put that, you know, and port your heads, port your supercharger, that 15 pounds of boost now is going to turn into 13 pounds of boost. You're going to lose 2 pounds of boost because you don't have as much restriction. You're going to lose 2 pounds of boost, but guess what you're going to gain? You're going to gain what we're trying to get, horsepower. So a lot of people look at, oh man, turn the boost up. I'm making 16, 17 pounds of boost, but you got all that restriction, and you see a car like this making 15 pounds of boost, but it's more efficient. I make more power. You know, I mean, you got to look at it like that. The motor's just a pump. You know, so the more efficient you make your engine, guys, the more horsepower you're gonna make. I mean, that's just how it works. You know, you gotta put the lab coat on a little bit, man, and be efficient. You know, that's why it don't matter how big your wallet is. You know, if you just throwing money at it, eventually you might get to the power level you want, but it's gonna cost you a lot of money. I don't know about y'all, but you know what I'm saying, I work hard for my money. You know, I do the old saying that my grandpops told me, you know, boy, measure twice and cut once. I ain't got the money to be making mistakes like that, you know, so I'm going to do my research. I'm going to not only measure twice, I'm going to measure 3 and 4 times, you know, because I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck. So, You know, that's one thing you have to look at. You know, you have to look at making your engine more efficient, less restrictive. You know, we always say the quickest path from A to B is always a straight line. You don't want to be doing all these curves and loops and all that, you know, to get from A to B. It's going to take you more time. If you can just make a straight line, beeline right to where you're trying to go, that's the same with the motor. You want to make your motor as efficient as you can. Less restrictions equals more horsepower. The less restrictive it is, that's why you port the heads. That's why they put bigger valves in. You know, that's why everything you do, you got to, you know, there's always an equal mod. You know, something that you have to do to help that supporting mod, I say. You know, you can't just throw 100 shot of nitrous on your car. You can do it, don't get me wrong. But you won't be as efficient if you have the things to support that 100 shot. You got headers. You know, you got the intake. You know, you're getting it in, but you got to also get it out. You know, you can cram in as much as you can, but if the motor can't get it out, it's not being efficient. So it's not going to make the power that you want it to make. You know, you just got to look at it like that. Is you know, removing restrictions. That's all you're trying to do. You know, when it comes to porting, you know, having port work done or increasing your valves or going with a bigger intake. That's the same thing if you go with a Nick Williams 102 throttle body or 90 millimeter throttle body, or, you know, mine's an 89 millimeter, but it's been ported. The throttle body's been ported. You know, this setup right now is pretty much maxed out. You know, I could probably add a little more boost, change the pulley setup and add a little more boost. But, you know, we ain't going to do that. We're going to add some cubic inches. And we may have a little something else in the works as far as on the boost side. But I need to get that 100 subscribers, y'all. And when we get them 100 subscribers, you know, never mind. But you want to be efficient. That's the main thing. That's what porting is. You know, I just wanted to explain that to you. Make your engine efficient. And the way you make your motor efficient is you remove restrictions. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell.